Hi guys, I'm so glad that you're joining me today to do 10 simple yoga poses to help balance our root chakra. So before we get going here, I'm just going to give you a brief intro on what your root chakra is and where it's located. So your root chakra is actually at the base of your spine, and it's an energetic center. It's actually where your kundalini energy rises from. So your root chakra is one of 7 major energy centers in your body. It's associated with the earth, the color red. It's all about things like stability and security and needs, right? So those could be physical needs or emotional needs. And sometimes our energy centers get out of whack. So these yoga postures today, focusing on our breath and moving through some very simple movements, we will be working to achieve balance with this energy center. So go ahead and put on something comfy if you don't already have that on, and we'll get going here. So we're going to go ahead and start on our backs. We're going to start in a very simple pose that I like to start with. It's called Shavasana. So we're going to go ahead and roll onto our backs. This is also known as corpse pose. You're going to spread your feet out wide, arms out wide. Go ahead and close your eyes here. So your focus, as you're laying here in Shavasana with your eyes closed, is to get present. Really start to move into your physical body, your energy body. Focusing on the inhales through your nose and soft exhales through your mouth. While we're laying here, getting comfortable, getting into our Shavasana pose, we're going to go ahead and set an intention for our practice today. Even though we're only moving through 10 simple poses, it's still important that we set an intention. So our intention is going to be centered around the root chakra, and it's, I am safe. Go ahead and repeat that intention to yourself. If you'd also like to set the intention that you're grounded, you can say, I am grounded. I want you to get comfortable with these moments of silence where you're connecting to yourself, and all you have to do is breathe. We're going to go ahead and keep moving by doing some collective deep breaths together. So on your next inhale, go ahead and take a big deep breath in through your nose. Feel your belly rise all the way up. Hold at the top. And go ahead and exhale out of your mouth with an H-A sound. Very good, let's do it again. Big deep breath in through your nose. Feel your belly rise all the way up. Another little sip of air at the top and hold it. And breathe out through your mouth, H-A. You're ready to keep moving with me here. We're going to go ahead and move into our next pose. So go ahead and bring your knees up to your chest, wherever you can pull them in comfortably. So you're going to go ahead and grab your knees and maybe start to rock side to side, massaging your low spine. Right, and massaging that root chakra energy center, stimulating the energy. Go ahead and slowly come to stillness, and then you're going to rock the other way. So you're going to start to rock vertically, using your feet and your core to try to pull yourself all the way up into a cross-legged position, just like me. I'm going to go ahead and turn so you can see me, but you don't have to turn as you're practicing with me at home. So easy pose is our next pose. So we're sitting cross-legged, whichever foot on top feels most comfortable. And I want you to go ahead and make sure that your hands are resting down. This is really going to help us with our grounding and feeling secure within ourselves and with our energy. So once your hands are on top of your knees, we're sitting in easy pose. Make sure you're sitting up nice and tall. And then go ahead and close your eyes again. Okay, focusing on that breath. Make sure your shoulders are down away from your ears. Loosen your jaw. Drop your tongue. start to feel that energy, start to connect with that energy flowing through your spine. And it all starts at the base. It starts at the root chakra, and that's why our root chakra energetic center is the most important to start with. All right, from here we're going to go ahead and start to keep stretching. If you want to stay where you're at, go ahead and stay with your eyes closed and your hands on top of your knees. If you're going to keep going with me here, we're going to go ahead and stay in easy pose with our legs, meaning crisscross, and our hands, we're going to go ahead and slowly walk forward. So you're going to keep walking your hands forward till you can't reach anymore, and you get to a comfortable resting spot, and you can go ahead and drop your head. As you're extended out with your arms, you're actively working to push your hips back to the ground. Again, we're thinking about grounding. So pushing our hips back to the ground and remembering to breathe. Go ahead and look up at your hands. Slowly start to walk your hands over to the right. And again, you know where your edge is. Your edge may look very different than mine, right? It's where you feel like you need to stop. So there's no pain. I like to say the pain level beyond a 7, but you should not feel a ton of pain here. It's a simple stretch. We should feel it in our hips, in our outer hips here, as we're pushing, again, gently pushing our hips back and dropping our head. Look up at your hands. Slowly start to walk your hands back over to the left side. We're going to do it on the opposite side so we have some balance here. So our hands are reaching out and we're pushing our hips back. So this time we should feel it on our right hip flexor. Gently pushing back and just breathing. Go ahead and walk your hands all the way back center and slowly start to push yourself back up. Once you're back in your easy position here, we're going to go ahead and come to a tabletop. Tabletop is on all fours. I'm actually going to go ahead and so you get situated and you can see my alignment here. So tabletop is on all fours. Your wrists should be in line with your shoulders and you should have some straight arms here. And your hips are in line with your knees. So you have a 90-degree angle here, right? And your hands are right below your shoulders. Flat back in tabletop before we get moving. And we're gonna do a couple cat-cows. For cat, go ahead and arch your spine, pushing up and away from the ground, squeezing everything in tight. And on your next inhale through your nose, go ahead and drop your belly low, look up for cow. Go ahead and move with your breath. On your next exhale, go back to your cat, arch your spine, pushing up away from the mat, squeeze, and your next inhale takes you down. So do a couple more of those as fast or as slow as you need to. Wake up our spine, wake up our energy body. As we're just starting to connect. All right, go ahead and come back to a neutral spine, meaning a straight spine here. And we're gonna sit all the way back onto our bottom, opening our legs up nice and wide for a seated forward fold. So seated wide leg forward fold. So just as the pose tells us to do, we're gonna open our legs as wide as we can comfortably. For those of you that are newer to yoga or would like some assistance, I recommend having a block nearby or a pillow even for this pose, so you can truly get comfortable here just to focus on your breath and start paying attention to those sensations that are happening in your body as we're balancing our root chakra. So you're gonna open your legs as wide as you can comfortably, sit up nice and tall, shoulders down away from your ears. Breathe in, reach your arms straight up. Exhale, slowly start to bend at your waist, coming all the way down to wherever your hands can touch. So that's why I said it'll be good to have a block or a pillow here. So there are a couple ways that you could use your block. You could use it vertically to go ahead and bring your head down. You have something to rest it on. If you don't have a block, you could also stack your fists right on top of each other, and that's another support here to rest your head on. Or if you have a pillow, you can go ahead and lay it right here. But we're gonna stay here for a few breaths, maybe pushing your hips gently back, using your hands if you'd like a little bit more sensation. If not, you're just gonna hold it there, drop your head. Slowly start to walk your hands forward and then bring them over to the right. So we did this before from easy pose, but we're doing it in our wide leg forward fold now. So you're gonna walk your hands as far right as you can for a little bit of an added sensation in our hips and in our root chakra. Go ahead and slowly start to bring them back center all the way over to the left, pushing your hips back. Remembering to breathe. Bring your hands all the way back center in front of you and slowly start to bring yourself all the way back up. It might feel good here to take some windshield wipers. You're going to bring your knees in, and you can see here my feet are flexed. Hands come directly behind you, and you're going to slowly bring your knees to one side. And then go ahead and bring them to the other side. So you can go as slow or as quickly as you need to. I encourage you to go slow. Just kind of move your hips out. And then as soon as you're ready, we're going to go ahead and move back into a tabletop. So tabletop, we've been here before on our all fours, straight spine. And this is going to push us into our downward facing dog. For downward facing dog, we're going to uncurl our toes. Go ahead and push your hips up high. Heels down low. So you're reaching up out through your fingers, so make sure that your index finger is pointed forward, shoulders are rolled down away from your ears. Squeezing your core and remembering to breathe. So your hips are up high, heels down low for our down dog. Go ahead and bend your knees, look forward, and you can walk or hop your feet up. So go ahead and walk or hop, little hop, your feet up into our Yogi Squat. So our Yogi Squat, I'm going to turn so you can see my alignment here. Yogi Squat, you might not be that far to the ground. So when you hop up, you're going to try to sit into your hips. So again, if you have that block or those pillows, to make some contact for your hands, go ahead and put that there. If your hips are sinking down here and you feel a little bit more comfortable sitting inside your hips for the Yogi Squat, you can go ahead and bring your hands to heart center. Go ahead and close your eyes and focus on your breath. We're almost all the way through our 10 simple yoga poses to balance our root chakra. So while we're here, I want to remind you of our intention for today. Our intention was that we are grounded, we are safe, and we are secure. And take a big deep breath in through your nose. And let it go through your mouth, HA. Very good. One more. Big deep breath in through your nose. And breathe out through your mouth. And slowly roll back onto your bottom and go all the way back onto your back into Shavasana or your corpse pose. We're not done just yet. We have one more pose before we fully come to our resting. So go ahead and squeeze your knees in tight again. And I want you to see if you can take your peace fingers and thumbs to squeeze up and grab your big toes. If your toes are not available to you, you could grab the inside of your ankles, or you could even grab your knees. Anywhere that you can make contact comfortably. Again, flat back, all on the ground, and you're gonna go ahead and open up your hips into happy baby. Happy baby, your hips are open wide. Might feel good to start to rock left and right, massaging our low spine and that root chakra energy center. Bring your feet all the way together, straight up, and slowly start to lower them, squeezing your core all the way down until they reach the ground. Back to your final resting pose, Shavasana. And bring your left hand over your heart, the right hand over your stomach. Maybe tell yourself thank you for coming to your mat today. I am grounded. I am safe. I am secure. And take a big deep breath in through your nose. Feel your belly rise all the way. Hold it. And breathe out through your mouth, HA. Welcome to stay here for as long as you like. I'm going to go ahead and come to a seated position. Say thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that you feel energized and secure after doing our root chakra simple yoga poses. Hope to see you soon.